wrote on Facebook and I said, I'll just talk to her in person. I don't like to text a lot. I'm a terrible texter. But the post said that you ran off stage for the first time in a while. And you said that you had told a joke. You said a word you shouldn't. That's really anti right now. I'm not going to say which word it is. And then someone from the audience got upset and screamed at you. And you ran off stage. But I
ran right. Couldn't get out. Yeah. So here's what happened.
You couldn't get out, so you came back.
So what happened is I went out to a place in Bellport. It was a really great lineup. I was really excited about it. My boyfriend took off of work to bring me.
Nice.
And my first bit that I do, it's like 3.5 minutes, and I say the R word is what we'll call it, about 8 because I can't.
A lot.
That's a lot, but
it is a lot. I think I'd get killed.
Yeah, but you have all 4 limbs. I don't, so I can say it.
Right.
That's the whole joke. The whole joke is that people let me get away with saying the R word, even though I'm not R worded.
Right. Not this one.
Got very upset because I suppose she's a quarter R word.
That's funny.
And so she got really upset, and she was a grown lady. And so I also, on top of all this this physical stuff, I have anxiety disorder as well. Started to attack on stage. I handed the guy the mic. I said, I gotta go. And I didn't know I could move that fast all the way to the back. And I was gonna go out the back entrance and text my boyfriend to come meet me at the car. There was no back entrance. I feel like there should be like a fire marshal or something.
Yeah.
Make sure of that. But so I had to go back because the front door.
You ran back on stage after running off. That's funny.
On stage. Oh yeah. So I get up there. I was like, I bet you guys didn't think I could move that fast. And
that's great entertainment.
It was. I was very proud of myself for going back up. I was even prouder of myself for not yelling at the girl after she followed the girl, because after my set I left because I was back, and the R word lady came after me and she tried to steal my anxiety. She was like, "I'm so sorry if I had a part of that," and I found myself calming her down. And I was like, just let us say the R word and we won't cry. I don't know.
Well, you know what? That's nice that if she genuinely tried, that's nice.
It's narcissistic, yes. Nice.
Yeah, we all have different reasons, I guess, to who knows. I guess I like to think of hopefully the best in people, and that's been a problem for me.
That's why you're the yin to my yang, because I always
try, but I'm also suspicious.
I'm very suspicious, but you're not vocal about it. I'm vocally
depends.
Suspicious.
Yeah, it depends.
Wrong often.
You just don't know with people after this year. You don't know. But I have to say, here's a quick idea before we move on. I like little pranks, and that's my favorite thing. More than stand-up. Stand-up's fun, sure. But my favorite is real live pranks and antics and just weird stuff. Stuff you wouldn't expect. This and on stage I do weird things. So here's an idea. You put a plant in the crowd that could me or someone that is like that woman, and hey, you can't say that. You can't say that. And then you pretend to fight. I did something similar. And then run off stage because it's crazy. Your whole audience is like, what's going on? Oh my God. And then you come back and just fake it.
But then when the real thing happened.
Right. But it doesn't really happen a lot. Well,
I do interject with a prank of my own because I fancy myself a trickster. And the best Dana prank I've ever pulled. You didn't ask, but I'm gonna tell you.
Oh yeah.
Old, and I took my father's deodorant and I cut the deodorant out and I filled it with cream cheese. And I back, and he did both armpits before he realized. And I don't know how you could do both armpits.
I think I would do both. Yeah.
I was thrilled. It was the best to this day. Just the most clever thing about it.
That's fun. I've never heard of that. That's funny.
So that was a good April Fool's.
It's a fun one. No one really gets hurt.
Yeah, he was like for work. He had to shower again, but whatever.
I'm big on showering. Okay, moving on. Next up, what would you like to see more of in stand-up comedy? In the people, on stage, anything.
I'd like to see more mics go longer than like 5. Like I know like we're really limited to the amount of time we do. And I mean, I know like a lot of people, I'm very good at like knowing how to get to 6 minutes, but it's hard to rehearse a full act. I'm saying, so like I unfortunately always have to start and address the crowd and let them know, hey, I'm disabled and that's why I walk funny. Right. It's really distracting. So that's like 1.5 minutes off the top. Right.
Right.
And then there for me to transition to another thing and whatever, I really I have a hard time practicing anything other than polio jokes. And
Right.
that's what I'm gonna say. The excuses I can't practice. I don't have time for anything else.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. You're full.
It would be cool if there was like a place where you can like sign. There would only be like 3 at a time, and you go and like 15 minutes. I know in a fantasy world that'd be cool. Like 15 minutes, you can only go once. I decided.
Okay, interesting.
What else would I like to see more of? More women doing comedy, but like less women. I wish there was less divide. That's what I mean to say.
Okay.
So there's definitely it seems like, and I feel like and I'm a part of it too. Seems like the women, we almost segregate ourselves and say we're women comedians and we need women things. And I don't know, I don't have any sisters or cousins or anything,
right?
So I have brothers and stuff, so I'm like, I don't understand why we all have to be separated.
Is it that way?
It seems that way. I know, like, also though, there's more opportunities for male characters than female. Someone explained it to me.
Yeah.
Women typically, especially in improv.
In improv, for sure.
Wife or the daughter.
Yes, yes.
But I mean, I don't know. I wish there was less of that. And I wish that people realize that just because somebody's getting success, that doesn't mean there's less success for that person. It's not like success isn't pie. Everybody can have some.
Right. And also, if you work together and help each other, then you're more likely to get a piece of the pie from someone who likes you, who you're nice to and respectful, you know?
What I learned from being in this improv group that we're in, what have we been doing it maybe like 3 months-ish now?
Yeah, but at least, yeah.
I definitely learned from like sticking with female comedians. It's, you know, everybody networks with each other and we're all very supportive. And that's definitely something I had been lacking and appreciate now that I have.
Yeah. I'm going to appreciate that even more.
There you go.
Definitely. And okay, so collaboration is key. Related, what characteristics do you look for in a comedy partner? Let's say you're going to do a duo or host something or host an open mic. I don't know, anything where you have to pick someone like, okay, you 5 are my partners, you 3. What would the mandates be? You have to be like this. You can't do this.
I would prefer it to be somebody who has a darker sense of humor, like I do, who understands that I have anxiety and to, like, you know, and have a physical disability, because that is something people need to be understanding of when they work with me.
Right.
They should also probably be understanding that I'm not socialized well.
Okay.
I don't know how to talk to you people.
Really?
No. Yeah. I mean, I always get so anxious talking to people that I find that especially when I'm working in groups, I don't vocalize what I want, and then I get mad by myself.
Yeah, that's a big one. My dad and I talk about things like this because it's true. The people that are always nice and everything's okay and they don't ever say anything, watch out, man. Oh man, they're gonna blow up on you. Terrifying.
I avoid conflict to the point where it would only be an option to be conflict, because it's, you know, yes, and all of a sudden, no, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I can relate. I try to be direct, but the thing is, I find that often, what's the point in saying something? They're not going to change, or what's the point? So I think the cost is going to be too high. So I don't. So part of me does get a little resentful, but generally I just found myself being like, oh, we're not going to talk to this, but we're just going to, no. Yeah, because a lot of times it's just a character flaw. Like sometimes you see something and it's like there's no point in saying something. It's just how they behave. Yeah.
Huh.
Oh wow. Oh well. Very upbeat. Very upbeat. Okay. What should stand-up comedians stop doing?
I mean, I do it too.
Okay.
But stand-up comedians should stop telling the crowd that it was a funny joke when they didn't. That's something I especially do.
Like, that was funny.
This is good stuff. I don't know what you guys are doing.
See, the way you said it, I think that's funny. So if I heard you doing that, I'd be like, cool.
But I find I do it. I do it to the point where it annoys me. I'm like, oh, okay, I did this again in this show. I do this all the time. I do it at open mics, and I find other people do. Stand-up comedians should stop there's a lot of judging. I find there's a lot of like low key like snubbing.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
it shouldn't be a thing where if you don't like a person, you get up during their set and go to the bathroom. Like
Oh
I
my
hear,
God.
and I think that's so childish. And we're adults, and
Yes.
it's supposed to be an adult hobby. So, and on that note, I wish some of the open micers would stop being so creepy.
Yeah, there's a creepiness factor I've never experienced in modeling, hair, makeup, acting. None of these fields, even training, I would say. I didn't
Well, no,
mind it.
because in this particular field, you're allowed to take a microphone, and for 4 minutes in a bar, you get to talk about whatever the frick you want.
Right.
So it tracks a lot of mental illness. I don't know.
Yeah.
I find it open mic specifically, and I'm mentally ill, so it's okay. I can
Yeah,
say
you can say that. It's your field.
I'm involved here.
You ableist.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm a classic ableist. I find that there's definitely 25% of people who just want to be heard, and 5% of people who want to be funnier than everybody else, and maybe 2% who are honestly want to work on their material. And the
Right.
5, I don't know where I myself land in there. Just to be
Interesting.
I'm probably in the 75% who
I want
wants.
to work on material. Yeah. And I didn't prepare yesterday for even a minute. And I'm just like, why am I here? Because I'm not here to show off and I'm not
Right,
here to perform for these people. No offense.
right.
And I'm just like, this is a waste. I should have prepared. This is class. I treat it like class.
That I try to think of it that way too. I find lately